and welcome to VOSR International, the Voice of Shortwave Radio. I'm your host, Wavecrest Guy. This broadcast is being transmitted by WRMI, Radio Miami International, in Okeechobee, Florida, on both 9455 and 15770 kilohertz. This broadcast is also being transmitted by Shortwave Radio in Lower Saxony, Germany, on 3975 kilohertz.
So we'll start out this broadcast with some announcements. And first off, I want to make the announcement that I've been getting a few reception reports from listeners that are picking us up on 5850 kilohertz. And I was surprised by this because I wasn't aware, but I was notified that it is on the schedule for WRMI. So I did go into WRMI's website. I did take a look, and yes, we are. We are on the schedule for 5850 kilohertz on Saturdays at 0200 kilohertz. So that is another opportunity for you to pick up our broadcast if you can't pick us up on 9455 kilohertz or on 15770 kilohertz or even in Europe at 3975 kilohertz. Go ahead and give us a try on 5850 kilohertz. We've actually already gotten a few reception reports from that frequency, so it definitely is working. That is one that I don't get out here in Hawaii, so I will have to try to jump on a Kiwi SDR and pick it up. I do get 5850 kilohertz here, but it is later in the day, towards midnight or very early in the morning. I will pick it up there. Usually it's only about an S3 or an S4, just barely listenable. But this is another frequency that everybody can try to pick up the program on, and it's actually another time. So again, try to catch us on Saturdays at 0200 UTC on 5850 kilohertz. Next, a reminder to keep those reception reports coming in. It's really the only way I can tell that there's listeners out there. So get those messages sent in, and it really helps for me to find out how the program is going out all across the world here and what the reception is like. Propagation has been a little bit tough. Hopefully we'll level out here in the winter times and be able to get some better propagation. But keep sending those emails in, reception reports, comments about the show. It's all great to get. So send those in at VOSRINT@yahoo.com. That's VOSRINT@yahoo.com. Or stop over to our website at VOSRinternational.com, and you can click on the mail icon and contact us that way. Also, don't forget our website at VOSRinternational.com. Head over there. There's a lot of stuff to look at. We have our listener map. If you sent in reception reports with your location, I'll put a pin on our map, and I've got those posted on the listener map page. You can check that out. We also have a listeners radios page where you can send in through the email, send in a picture of your radios or your radio room, your setup, your equipment. And I'll get that put on that page also so everyone can see the equipment that everybody's using. Some really nice radios out there and really nice equipment that's older stuff that's really being used. So it's great. So you can go ahead and check that out. You can also sign up for our newsletter. Just about every page right on the bottom, there's an opportunity to click and sign up for our newsletter. All you do is put in your email address, and then if there's any updates to the website, that I feel are important, I will make sure that those get sent out to everyone so they could check it out. The last recent one I did do an update when we were on, I saw we were being broadcast on 5850 kilohertz. So you'll be able to get those notices a little bit quicker. And you can also check out our VOSR International merch. We got a few merch items there. You can we've got some hats and some shirts and coffee mugs. So go check it out, and that's one way you can help support the broadcast. Also, I have a page on there that has all the past VOSR International broadcasts. I have links on there, so you can go back and listen to every broadcast that we had. And so you won't miss out on anything, especially if there's two-parters and you weren't able to pick up the show or weren't able to pick up the rebroadcast. You can head over to VOSRinternational.com and click on the past broadcast page and go ahead and use those links. It'll take you over to YouTube, to my YouTube channel, Wavecrest Guy. I've got a playlist there that has all the past broadcasts on there also. But you can go onto our website and click on them there and catch up if you missed any of our shows. You can also join us on Facebook, VOSR International, and check us out there. You can become a member. Just click on it. It doesn't cost anything. You don't get bombarded with ads or anything. Just click on there, and then you'll get notified when I have any announcements for the show. I'll put down when the show's coming on, that type of thing. Anything new going on with the broadcast gets put on the Facebook page. And you can also check us out on Reddit. We have a Reddit subgroup over there, Grundig Shortwave Radio. You don't have to have a Grundig to join that group. All radios are welcome. So just come on over there and you can check out everybody posting their reception videos, asking questions and showing their equipment. It's a great group. So over on Reddit, it's Grundig Shortwave Radio. And lastly, I'll do another call out for anyone who wants to do a segment on VOSR International. Go ahead and send me an email. Go to VOSRINT@yahoo.com. That's VOSRINT@yahoo.com. And if you want to do a segment, do a guest segment on anything related to shortwave, go ahead, send me an email, send me your thoughts. It's very easy to do. There's a lot of people out there with plenty of information that can be passed along. So definitely feel free to send an email in, and we can get your story on the air. You can do it at your leisure, and you can, as long as you send me the recording in MP3 format, I can handle it from there. Segments don't have to be long. I usually tell people to start out with a segment that just tells about yourself, how you got interested in radio and how you started in radio, tell about your current equipment. That's usually a good starting segment to have. And then you can pick a subject after that that might be a little more technical or something you want to explain or just go over about shortwave, maybe some equipment. But they're really easy to do. They're fun to do. And just send us an email and we can get you on the air. And now, on with the show. And now we're going to do an equipment segment, and this one is going to be a radio segment. I had mentioned before when I did the segments on my new Helicrafters SX71 that I had purchased another older tube radio at the same time. This one came quite a few weeks later. The shipping just took longer. And so I'm going to just kind of go over the radio. It's a very common one. It is another Helicrafters, and it is a Helicrafters S38C. So this, I'm going to give a little bit of history about this radio first, and we'll start out with that. And just some information from the internet. The Helicrafters S38C receiver was introduced in 1952 as part of the popular S38 series, which began in 1946. It was a low-cost, entry-level shortwave receiver for the post-World War II era, making it accessible to many consumers and young radio enthusiasts. The S38C is distinguished from the earlier models by the absence of a tunable BFO, beat frequency oscillator, a feature that was on the original S38 but removed from all subsequent models in the A series, A through E. So key features. The S38C was introduced in 1952 following the S38A in 1949 and the S38B in 1950. It was the third model in the series, which ultimately ran until 1961. It features a series of signature semicircular tuning dials, and a distinct light-on-dark dial scale, along with a lighter gray cabinet. The BFO, a key difference from the original S38 was that the S38C lacks the tunable BFO control for CW reception. The original S38 was the only model in the series to include a dedicated BFO tube for this purpose, so that if you're looking for S38. If you want the BFO, you have to get that first version. The S38 series was designed to be affordable, entry-level shortwave receiver, designed to be popular, accessible set for consumers in the post-war boom. The S38 series was Hallicrafter's most popular line, and the models are still popular among collectors today due to their performance and classic design. It does have the classic half moon design for your scale. On the left side, you have your regular tuning scale. It's a half moon, and on the right side, you have the bandwidth adjustment, and that is a smaller half moon. So it does have a very distinctive design that has been used for years throughout this whole series. Really nice receiver. Now, there are some issues with the S38C, basically all S38s. They do have what's known as a hot chassis. So there can be some electricity going directly to the chassis where you can touch the chassis, and if you're grounded, or you're going to give yourself quite a shock, and it could be really bad news. So nothing to be messed with here on that. And because as these get older, also they kind of knew that they had this hot chassis issue, and of course, way back when the electrical plugs, the prongs on them in the U.S. here, they were both the same size. So if you plugged it in one way, you had a 50-50 chance of getting this correct. You wouldn't have an issue. But if you plugged it in the other way, you would get the issue. So they, of course, solved that problem by making one of the prongs wider, for common electricity. And but that was way before the time this S38 was out. Also, having a ground feature in the plug is another way. So there are ways to correct this also, and that's what I'm going to be doing. You can put a fuse in there and then put the 3-ground plug. So there's definitely things you can do. You can check on YouTube. They kind of go over it really well. I'll put a link to a video that explains the hot chassis in detail over on our website at VOSRinternational.com. It'll be on the page that's going to be dedicated to this S38C. So go over there and check that out. You'll be able to see what I'm talking about. And also, as these get older, they knew they had this issue, so they the cover of the whole receiver was insulated. They put these rubber insulators there, so it gave it some a buffer between the chassis and the cover. But of course, rubber, and going back to 1940, 1950. These are all corroding and falling apart. And actually, when I got mine, that definitely was the issue. So mine was definitely crumbling. So I'm going to have to get some new feet for the radio, and those spacers will definitely be replaced also. So just definitely something to keep in mind with this model and brand of radio. So these radios, if you're on the mainland U.S., you could find them pretty much anywhere in thrift stores. Go to Hamfest, or they're just kind of all over the place. But of course, they're in varying condition, so you'll be able to get them for. I know people who have 10 of these. So they'll sell them for $10. They're going to need some work to get a nice working one. You probably expect to spend about $50 or $60. And then of course, going on up, depending if it has been restored or had the caps replaced, that type of thing. So like anything else, the better condition, if it had some upgrades, it is going to be more expensive. So when I got mine, I did get it very cheap. I got it for $20, and it is a working radio. But of course, it has to be shipped to Hawaii. And so this came from the mainland, and when it came, it did have the original back on the radio. But when it was shipped, it wasn't actually packed the greatest. It wasn't bubble wrapped, and the back is basically a stiff cardboard, ended out cracking. Of course, it's old and it dried, so it was cracked in half and came off the radio. Which had made the back of the radio, where the tubes and all the wires and everything, they made that exposed. And of course, it was full of packing peanuts, and a lot of those got stuffed in there. So I grabbed it right away, and I was started to take it apart. I've got one. I haven't spent much time on it, but I've got one tuning knob that is being a little bit difficult to get loosened. And once I get that off, I'll be able to separate the chassis from the cover and be able to clean it out, really good and check out and see what I have. But the packing peanuts were in there, and without being able to get the cover off, I believe I have them all out of there, but I'll get that last knob off, and then I'll be able to verify and make sure everything's cleaned and ready to go. So my plans for this, I'm just going to go over it. I'm going to check on the capacitors. I'll see how it goes. When you get a radio like this, it'd be good to hook it up to a variac, where you can adjust the voltage going into it, and bring it up to power slowly, and then you can tell if there's going to be any issues. So I'm going to end up doing that, check it out, and see where it goes from there. I am going to be probably ordering a recap kit, and this will be one that I will start out on, and recapping this radio and checking it out. So it'll be something that'll be a fun little project. The overall condition of it is pretty good. The case and the paint and everything is in pretty good condition. The dials, everything is there. Everything is operating. So fixing the hot chassis and replacing the caps, and I think that's going to get me good to go. So I'll have to get some different parts. I'll have to get new feet and those new case rubber spacers to be able to connect the radio back up and have it be safe. So check out the website. Go to VOSRinternational.com. I'm going to have some pictures of the radio, and I'll show you how the back came broken. I'll show you in the back. I'll have some pictures of the overall general condition, and you can check it out. And I'll have a follow-up segment on this radio in future broadcasts, and I'll tell you how it's going as I move along with the radio. Between everything I got going in my slow retirement, I don't have a ton of time here, but that's something I'll be able to work in, especially if we get some rainy days here in the winter on Molokai, and I'll be able to stay inside and tinker a little bit with this radio. So send me an email. Do you have a Helicrafters S38, any version, A through E, or the 38 through E is the last one that was produced in the early 60s. Let me know if you got one. Have you had to work on it? Have you done things with it? I know some people, like I said, have a lot of these type of radios. They are plentiful, so they're cheap, and a lot of people have them picked up, and a lot of people are still using them today. If you have a S38 that you are using, we'd love to have you send a picture in, and we'll get that put over on our website, on our radio listener radio page, and everybody can check it out. So send us a message at VOSRINT@yahoo.com. That's VOSRINT@yahoo.com. Or go over to our website at VOSRinternational.com and click on the mail icon and contact us that way.
All right, so we are going to do an equipment segment, and this equipment's a little bit different, and not everyone feels that they need these, and especially all the time. But I use mine. It's really important to have them here in Hawaii, and they are dust covers. I have dust covers for all of my radios, and I get all my dust covers from JSE Repair, Custom Embroidery, and they are out of Columbiaville, Michigan. There is no affiliation here. I'm not getting anything for mentioning them. This is just somebody I found while I was looking for dust covers, and these actually are really well made. Small company, locally owned, and they have great communication. You can get custom stuff done.
They also have DTG printing. They do hats, jackets, and shirts. So they do a lot of embroidery, a lot of custom stuff, and it's reasonable. That is one of the main things that when I did look for having some dust covers, I wanted some embroidery on them, make them look nice. I do live in a small condo here on Molokai, and you're not really hiding these radios. They're out in the open, and they can be seen. But one of the main things when I moved here in Hawaii about 7 years ago, I was on Oahu. We were in a very small apartment there. It was about 340 square feet, very small. We were on the 26th floor, and we could see Waikiki Beach was part of our view from our bedroom. And then when we looked the other way, we were able to see the Ko'olau Mountains, and we were right on the Alawai Canal. So really nice location, and had really big windows in the front in our living room. And we didn't need air conditioning because we were facing right in the trade winds, and the trade winds blew right through the apartment, kept everything cool, and it was great. But along with that, all those trade winds, it brings in dirt and dust in with it. So you have to do a lot of cleaning with that. That apartment had a really huge window, and there were no screens on the windows. So it was really weird. There was no screen there, so everything was just wide open. But it was really nice. It was nice and comfortable. Well, now in our condo here on Molokai, our building, again, is facing right into these trade winds, and we don't need air conditioning. The only time it gets a little bit warm is if the trade winds stop, and they usually don't stop for that long, and we might have to put a fan on, but in general, we're pretty good. But again, with our lanai door open most of the time, a lot of time, all through the night, so it's open almost 24/7 year round. There's a lot of dirt and dust coming through, and matter of fact, I got to clean my screens every couple months because they get some buildup on there. So that causes a problem with the dirt and dust, and electronics, they are a magnet for dirt and dust. So I thought it was important to have a dust cover when they're not in use. Even though I'm using them pretty much every day, I still put these dust covers on. And there are some times where I won't use it very often. I might go a couple days when I don't get on it. I got things to do. And it's always good to have that added protection. These are nice leather dust covers. I get asked about them all the time when I post on social media. And they see the dust covers, and you can do a lot of stuff with them, and I'll go into that a little bit of what you can do and what you can get from them on these. But every time I post, I usually end up getting a question, and I have to post a link. So I'm going to do that. Of course, I'm going to have all this information. I'll have a link to their website. I'll show my radios with the dust covers on, so you can go ahead and take a look at that. That'll be over on our website at VOSRinternational.com. You can go over there. I will have a page just set up just for this segment, so I'll have all that information in there. So now I'll give a little bit of information about JSE, and I'll just take it right from their website, and I'll have the link on our website. Our business is small, and so it such affords us the time to do the job right and to build a relationship with those who bring their business to us. Feel free to give us a call or text to discuss a project or a piece of equipment to determine the best approach. Our main business is custom embroidery and direct-to-garment. That's DTG printing. We make dust covers for amateur radio, CB, home stereo gear, along with more specialized covers for your gaming, your PCs, and then hats and jackets. And we also want to make sure that those who serve our great country know that we thank them for their service, and they do offer a 10% discount, 15% discount off the labor on repairs, and then 10% off product purchases for military service. They also do, if you spend $50 or more, there is a 10% discount code, and I usually always get that because I'm usually ordering 2 at a time. And so you order 2 dust covers, it's going to reach $50, and you'll be able to go ahead and get that discount. In checking their website, on their menu, you could just hit dust covers. And when you do that, there are just a ton of things come up. And they have a big list of and nice pictures, so you can see what the dust cover is going to look like, and it works out great because they have nice little nice different colors on them for the embroidery. So they'll have white lettering, and then they'll have some red pops, or they'll change it to gold, and they'll do that however you want it done. And they have just a ton of different variations and things that you can do with these. And most of the dust covers for shortwave radios are going to be, they start at $22, and then the larger ones go to $28. So I just got the one for my Halocrafters SX71. That started out at $28. And so as soon as you click on that, it's going to come up to the embroidery style. So it's going to have the name of the radio, the brand name of the radio, the model number, can even give a description on it, and it's really nice. Now, there are different price levels for those dust covers for the different styles. For the basic cover, then they have a signature series, a vintage. I chose the vintage for my Halocrafters, and then they have the Premier series, where they'll throw a little bit extra color in there, and those options add between $3 and $4.50 to it. And then there's other options in there that go to the sturdiness of it. You can add top stitching to the front of your cover, and that's $1.50, and then you can add top stitching to the sides of your cover, and that is $2.50, because there's of course you have more sides. And that does give a different look to it, and of course it also makes it sturdier. And then this next one, depending how you have your radio set up, sometimes it's good to have a rear flap. Mine are pretty open here, and with the breezes coming through, I prefer to have the rear flap on it so the rear is protected. But if you have them against a wall or something like that, where you don't really need the back flap, you don't have to have it on there. The rear flap adds $2, and then they have a mic opening that you can add to the cover for an extra $2. So there are a couple extra things you can add to it that will increase the cost of your dust cover. Mine usually end up costing about $30 each, and you can, like I said, you can get so custom with this, and then you also can choose the thread if you want to your thread color, so you can actually change the colors of it and really make it pop, and everything comes out really nice that way. Again, really a great company to work with. When I was ordering mine for my Halocrafters SX71, I was looking through their list of Halocrafters radios. Surprisingly, they didn't have the S38C on there, which that was one of their most popular radios, and I didn't see an S38 on there at all. So I hit the contact message, and they had made them in the past, so they had all the dimensions. Wasn't a big deal. As a matter of fact, they added it back to the website. So I was able to just click on it and then go ahead and choose my options for my dust cover. So keep that in mind. And the website is so easy to work with that it walks you through the whole process. And then with SWL, with shortwave, and with hams, they usually give you the option of adding your call letters on there, or you can put your nickname on there, and that's what I did. I don't have a ham amateur operator's license, so I ended up putting my nickname on there, so you can personalize it that way also. So just a ton of options, and again, really reasonable. These dust covers are going to last a lifetime, and with them being leather and the way they're made, they're not going to go bad. They don't fade. People have had these dust covers for years and years, and they don't fade. As long as you're not spilling stuff on them or anything like that, and they're not taking care of it and cleaning it up, they're going to last you. I don't see myself ever having to buy another dust cover for any of my radios. So kind of a different object here for a piece of equipment. But again, depending where you live and your setup in your house, if you're in a garage or a basement, again, it could be a good idea to get dust covers. You live in a place, a colder place. I used to live in Wisconsin. Of course, we had a furnace, and if that's shutting on and off and blowing warm air, and then have your air conditioner blowing cold air. So it's moving air around, and a lot of dust is being kicked up and floated around. And of course, it's always going to land on these electronics. So it is a good idea to get that. I don't have to worry about that here in Hawaii with the air conditioning and heat. But again, I have an issue with trade woods bringing the dirt and dust in and getting all over everything. So I think it's something you should consider. And if you do, go ahead and go to JSE and check out their dust covers. I think you'll be impressed with the way they look. They got great pictures in there, so you can tell right from the pictures whether you're going to like them or not. I will have them on our website, so you can go check them out. So let me know what you think. Do you guys have dust covers? Do you use them? I know some people have bought dust covers, and they use their radios a lot and everything, and so they don't bother putting them on. That can be okay, again, depending on how your situation is and where your radios are. When out in use, I always try to get my dust covers on and try to protect them as much as I can. So send us an email at VOSRINT@yahoo.com. That's VOSRINT@yahoo.com. Or head over to our website at VOSRInternational.com, and there's a mail icon there you can hit, and you can contact us that way. And let us know what you think about dust covers. Do you use them? Do you not? Do you think they're not worth it? So just let us know, and we will get that information out to all the listeners. And now on to the mailbag. Lately, propagation with all these solar flares, solar storms going on, we've been having some issues on 15770 kilohertz and to a lesser extent at 3975 kilohertz. So propagation hasn't been that great when we're doing on our broadcasting days anyways. So hopefully we'll have better luck here coming up in the future. And just make sure you keep sending in those reception reports. That makes it easier for me to follow and to see how far the transmission is reaching out. So let's start out the mailbag. First, we have Jürgen from the outskirts of Berlin, and he's been trying to pick up our broadcast, and he was able to pick it up on November 13th on 3975 kilohertz, and he reports an SINPO of 45333, and he is using a Sanjin ATX 909X2 with an MLA 30 plus loop antenna. And he reports that he was able to finally hear that. And then he did send us a reception report in September. And he did finally get his, he did not get his QSL card that I had sent out probably around the middle of September yet. So hopefully that will be coming in. I did get our second QSL version sent out. So hopefully, Jürgen, you'll be getting that shortly. Next, I heard from Andrew from Devon, England, and he had noticed my broadcast on several different social media posts, and he's been trying to get me for a while now, and he was pretty excited to be able to try to get it at 3975 kilohertz, and he usually gets that broadcast pretty well. But like I was saying, propagation hasn't been good. He did pick it up, but it was inaudible. The SINPO was 32231. But he will continue to try, and hopefully he'll be able to. We'll be able to have better propagation, and Andrew will be able to pick up the show. Next, we have Samuel from Garland, Texas. He reported a very strong signal at S9 plus 30 over to Garland, Texas, and he also wanted to be put in for our radio giveaway, so I did that for him. Good luck, Samuel, and thank you for the report. Next, we have Harry from Fort Walton Beach, Florida. And this one was very interesting to me. He says, "Aloha, Wavecrest guy. please accept my reception reports. He actually sent two back to back, and he was able to pick us up on WRMI at 0200 UTC on 11/15 of 25 on 5850 kilohertz. This was the first I had heard about this, and he did say that we were on the schedule on 5850 kilohertz, and I did check, and WRMI does have us down, and we are going out at 0200 UTC on 5850 kilohertz on Saturdays now. So that's another chance for you to pick up the broadcast. He said that the broadcast literally goes right over his house, so it was coming in booming very well, and it was great to hear this reception report. So thank you, Harry. Next, we have David from Temple, Texas, and he reports that he hasn't been able to pick up the show much lately, but he was glad that he was able to hear it last night, and it was on 0300 UTC on 9455 kilohertz, and he reports an SINPO of 55555 using his Texan PL990 with a K480 WLA loop antenna. Thanks again, David. Next, we have Gary from Seattle, Washington. He says, hello, this is Gary from Washington, and I always pick up WRMI 9455 very well. Great show about the Grundig Satellite 800. The radio is truly a joy, and he does have one and uses it often. He loves to operate that radio. It's his favorite, and I have to agree, I really like my Grundig Satellite 800. Thanks for the reception report, Gary. Next, we have Jerry from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and he did receive his QSL card, and he's listening to the program on 9455 kilohertz, and he's using his Heathkit SW717, which he built when he was in college in the late 1970s. He did attach a picture, and I did put that up on our website at VOSRinternational.com. Go over to the listener radio page, and you'll be able to check it out. Beautiful looking radio in great shape. And he said the reception is great, but there was some strange deep fading, probably left over from the CME collision with the Earth. He also mentioned, by the way, he has a 10-meter beacon on 28.2585 megahertz. And it is occasionally heard in Hawaii, he said. So I have been trying to get it. I think I'm getting it, but it's very muffled and softened out. I'm going to be trying it during different times of the day, and then hopefully I'll be able to pick it up better. And if I do, I will record that. Thank you for the reception report and the information, Jerry. Next, we have a reception report from Ken in Huntsville, Alabama area. And he was listening on 5850 kilohertz, and it was 5x5 last night, so it was coming in extremely well. And he reports that, strangely enough, there was some background 60 to 80 hertz buzzing in the transmission. I turned off the frequency just a little, and the buzzing wasn't there, so I think it was the interference riding along with the carrier. Confirming that a few minutes before the end of the program, the buzzing almost completely went away. RF is a strange animal, that is for sure. He also says that he was in Army Signal Corps from the late 1970s through the 90s and worked with everything from analog multi-channel band 1 and 3, radio teletype HF, voice and data VHF systems to mobile subscriber equipment, MSE. He also saw lots of strange RF effects during those years, like bouncing a 135 megahertz signal approximately 35 degrees off the vertical flat face rock quarry. And it held system. So he's got a lot of information. I did send him a message back asking him if he'd want to do a segment for VOSR International. And he did say that he was going to. So hopefully in the future here, you'll be hearing from Ken and getting a good information and on different subjects because he has a lot of experience here with shortwave and with radio in general. He also sent in a photo of his two favorite radios. The small 8-transistor National Panasonic is my go-to for casual listening, and that's what he was listening to the show on. And that was purchased in 1984 when he was working in Riata, KSA. It actually is a good little radio. And then he has an RCA that was his father's. He bought it in the mid-1940s. A couple of years ago, he pulled apart and replaced all the capacitors. Surprisingly, it didn't make much difference. Not sure if there was a hot chassis or not. Didn't know that was an issue until watching Mr. Carlson on YouTube earlier this year. Other than some hum, the audio it works great. So I did get those pictures, and I put them on the VOSRinternational.com website. Go over to the listener radio page, and you can check them out. Really nice radios. So thanks again, Ken, and hopefully we'll be getting a segment and getting you on the air soon. Then I did get a email from Vasily, and he is from the Samara region in Russia, and he did get his QSL card on October 31st. So that took about 6 weeks for him to get that card through the mail from Molokai, Hawaii, over to Russia. Glad you were able to get it, Vasily. Next, we got a reception report from Nyut in Nonweller, Germany, and he was able to pick up our program on 3975 kilohertz. On the transmission was on November 13th, and he said that he had just had about 10 minutes opportunity to listen to the program. He noted the future frequency for the future. He just found us by turning the dial, and he was listening on his No-Elec RTL STD stick with a U-loop passive antenna. He reports a SINPO of 34333. Thank you for the email and reception report. Yep. Next, we have a reception report from Yair from Sao Paulo, Brazil. And he was listening to us over the internet on the 9455 kilohertz, and he was able to tune in that way. He does listen to shortwave, but of course that broadcast wouldn't make it over to Brazil. It's not beaming that way, but he was able to pick us up on the internet, and we appreciate your reception report. And we will finish off with Douglas from Southern Ontario, Canada. And he writes, Hi Wavecrest Guy, Sunday evening while listening to Pop Shop Radio, I remembered I was going to write you. I heard your broadcast on Friday evening on 9455 kilohertz, on that'd be Saturday, 0300 UTC. He does have a ham call sign, so he is a amateur radio operator, and it is VE3WDZ. And so most of my radio listening is done using my ham transceiver, a Kenwood TS890, and an OCF antenna sloped with a peak of about 48 feet. There are times where my JRC NRD 525 is actually better for listening to shortwave. It uses a long wire antenna, and then his Helicopters SX110 is a work in progress, and it needs some TLC, so I'll be working on that. My shortwave listening started as a teenager back in the 1960s. Yes, I'm that old. The bands were far more active then, but it seems that more stations are getting on the air. My preference is news, reports, and activities, culture in other countries, as his travels are now limited. And he's looking forward to future broadcasts. He also is running a Raspberry Pi receivers for the ADSB, OGN, and sound tracking. So Douglas, thank you for that email. Glad you found our program, and we're happy to have you as a regular listener. All right, so let's keep those reception reports, communications, comments about the show, comments about segments. Keep them coming in. Send us an email at VOSRINT@yahoo.com. That's VOSRINT@yahoo.com. Or head over to our website at VOSRinternational.com, and you can click on the mail icon and contact us that way. Next, we are going to have a equipment segment, and this one is going to be a little bit different on a noise-canceling speaker. Way back when, I bought this speaker actually a couple of years ago when I had first gotten my Radio Shack DX394. I just started reading about noise-canceling speakers, and I ended up go ahead and deciding to grab one of these. It is the BHI NES 10-2 Mark IV noise-canceling speaker. And when I first got this, I had my Radio Shack for a little while, and I was using it, and that was one of my main radios, that and the C Crane Skywave SSB2. And for my desktop model, that was my main radio, was the Radio Shack DX394. Shortly after I ended out getting this noise canceling speaker, I got my Grundig Satellite 800 Millennium. And that, of course, turned into my main desktop radio. And so I didn't end up using the speaker much. I played with it a little bit when I first got it, kind of had mixed results with it. And I didn't even have it out for quite a while. I'd put it away. And now, after I got my Hallicrafters SX71, that needed a speaker. So I ended out, I knew I had this. I'll grab it. And there's a couple neat things about it. You can just plug it in without any power, and it will work as a speaker. You have to turn the volume up a little bit higher than usual to get a good sound. Now, when I'm using the Hallicrafters SX71 with the speaker, I'm just plugging it into the headphone jack. There is a spot for 2 wires on the back of this radio, and I am looking for a regular vintage Hallicrafters speaker to go along with this, and I'll eventually get one and hook that up. And then I'll end up using the speaker on my other radios at times. So that's how I have that hooked up now, and I was using it. After I started messing around with it a little bit, I started messing with the noise cancellation features, and I'm actually pretty happy with the results. So first off, on the just a little bit of information about the speaker. It says here that the NES 10-2 Mark IV noise canceling speaker incorporates a DSP, digital signal processing technology, to remove unwanted background noise and interference from speech, enabling you to concentrate and listen stress-free. This comes with the NES 10-2 Mark IV speaker. It does have a fused DC lead that you can use if you're going to use DC. And then, of course, has the manual. It does have a mounting bracket and rubber feet. Right now, I just have it on the mounting bracket, and it sits on top of my radio. But you can definitely hear the difference on this. And it reminds me of when I'm using Audacity and I'm recording the broadcast here. After I'm done, I always take a sample of a silent portion of the broadcast, and I put that in to get a sample in the effects segment of the of Audacity, and then I go to the noise reduction, and after that, then I click on the whole file and I click noise reduction after I get the sample, and then it removes any unwanted noise. So it acts just like that, only live, and this speaker has worked really well. So I used it. I also used it on my Grundig Satellite 800 Millennium, and I do have a sample that I'm going to play here shortly, so you can listen to it. I did record a video of this, so I will have this over on our website at VOSRinternational.com. You'll be able to go over there and check this out. I have this noise canceling speaker. I have videos on my Hallicrafters SX71, and then I also have it on the Grundig Satellite 800 Millennium. I'm going to do another one in the future with the Radio Shack DX394 also. So I will have a page that correlates with this segment, and you'll be able to go over there, see some pictures of the speaker. It's very small, and it's about as big as my C Crane Skywave SSB2. And you'll be able to go over there and see some pictures of it and see some video of it in action. And I will end out playing a segment here. So on this segment that I'm going to be playing, it's going to start off with the Grundig Satellite 800 Millennium, just playing with the current speaker that the radio has. And then I'm going to be plugging in the external noise canceling speaker. and then you'll hear a click, and that is the amplifier turning on, so it'll get louder, and you'll hear it. And then the last click will be the noise cancellation coming on, and you'll be able to hear the difference. So here goes. Again, first with the just the Grundig radio speaker, then with the noise canceling speaker in the off position, then the amplifier turned on to the noise canceling speaker, and then the noise cancellation turned on. So there you go. It's really obvious to hear that, and it really makes one heck of a difference. I was really surprised. So there is some adjustment on here where you could go ahead and adjust the noise reduction, and I found a sweet spot on it, so it works really well. And I really highly recommend these. These work really good. I know there's a lot of different other types of speakers out there, and these tend to be expensive. I think the new retail price on this is right around $200. When I first heard about them, I was looking on eBay, and I was lucky enough to be able to pick one up for about $30 off eBay. So I don't know if the person was just trying to get rid of it, didn't know what it was. So I did get lucky, and I was able to pick one up really cheap. So I suppose if I was able to do that, you'd be able to do that too. So be on the lookout for these. It's really worth it to give it a try and check and see if it'll make a difference, especially in the people with a lot of areas with problems with RFI and different interference. You could hear there was a little, not a little, it was actually kind of a strong beacon type interference during that broadcast. And it really almost took it all away. But it really took away the noise floor and just got rid of all that. And I was really happy with the way it worked. And there's times where I'm going to be using this. I'll probably end up using this more with the Radio Shack DX394. The other radios do pretty well in bringing in a signal and making it listenable. I don't mind having a little bit of static. That's kind of the romance and nostalgia of shortwave radio. But I tell you, if you got a lot of RFI or a lot of noise, this will definitely bring it down into a manageable level and make a lot more stations more listenable for you. So go ahead, send me an email. Let me know, do you have a noise canceling speaker? Do you have one of these BHI speakers, or do you have a different brand? Let us know what you have. Send us a picture in if you've got one. Even send us in a sample, and I can get that over on the website. So send us an email into VOSRINT@yahoo.com. That's VOSRINT@yahoo.com. Or you can head over to our website at VOSRInternational.com, and you can click on the mail icon and contact us that way. I'm really curious. I know there are a couple listeners that mentioned these noise-canceling speakers before, so I'm really interested to find out how many people out there are using them and then do have them, and maybe they're using them right now to listen to the broadcast. And now we'll have another segment of On This Day in Shortwave Radio History. On November 25th, 1927, the 10-meter band, 28 megahertz, was allocated worldwide to amateur radio operators by Washington International Radio Telegraph Conference. This was a significant milestone in shortwave history, as it provided amateurs with a crucial high-frequency spectrum for long-distance communication. November 26, 2016, shortwave radio stations including BBC World Service and Radio Havana, Cuba, broadcast extensive coverage and special programming regarding the death of Cuban leader Fidel Castro, who died on that day. November 28, 1875, inventor Thomas Edison announced to the press a phenomenon he termed as etheric force while experimenting with the telegraph. Although he abandoned this research after others claimed it was merely electromagnetic induction, this event was a minor point in the prehistory of radio wave detection. November 29, 2016, an unexpected M1 class solar flare erupted on sunspot AR 2615 and which ionized the upper layers of the Earth's atmosphere over the Pacific Ocean, causing a brief signal loss for marine and amateur radio operators. December 1st, 1921, the U.S. government's establishment of the first broadcast service marked a turning point for radio, which had previously focused on a point-to-point communication. This opened the door for transmission of voices, news, concerts, and other content to the general audience. December 1st, 1966, WWV radio station moved to its current location near Fort Collins, Colorado, which improved reception across the continental United States. December 7th, 1941, shortwave radio history was defined by the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941, which led to America's entry in World War II and the immediate suspension of all amateur radio use by the FCC. The day is marked by immediate use of radio to spread the news of the attack, as well as radio intelligence efforts that preceded it and the eventual historical broadcasts that documented the events and their aftermath. December 8, 1991, NIST radio station WWV in Fort Collins, Colorado, began using a new digital voice announcement system for its time signals. The voices were replaced with a digital voice named Eric Smith, and a recording of this event was later shared by the Shortwave Radio Archive. December 8, 1996, the Pirate Elf broadcast Christmas-themed music on the Voice of Christmas shortwave station, which included Christmas music and the station's ID.
And that concludes our broadcast. Be sure to catch our broadcasts every Saturday at 0300 UTC on 9455 kHz, and also on Saturdays at 2300 UTC on 15770 kHz, transmitted by WRMI Radio Miami International from Okeechobee, Florida. We are also broadcasting on Thursdays at 1900 UTC on 3975 kHz, transmitted by Shortwave Radio in Lower Saxony, Germany. Until next time, ahoy ho everyone.